ऑनलाइन जाओगे 10 लोग बात कर रहे हैं उसमें से सच क्या है वही वी डोंट नो हाउ natural food is not as pure as how it used to be, of course. Hi guys, if you think that you have a lot of health information but you don't know what to do, then that changes today.
Hi, this is Dietitian Nara Madlani.
Hi, myself Dr. Brinda Ganatra.
I have my own setup at Vastrapur. We help people completely with their medical disorder and weight management as well.
And I am an occupational therapist. Currently, I am working with the pediatric population.
We help people with completely the food sources. The conditions are completely reversible as well as manageable.
And I help the children with their developmental milestones.
The first question, what do you think? How dangerous can be sitting all day?
Sitting all day is quite dangerous because this is completely for at least prolonged sitting for 8 to 10 hours will create some kind of medical disorder into your lifestyle. That includes some kind of obesity, your diabetes, your cholesterol will be completely diagnosed into your body. And you can prefer one thing that in every 1 hour you should at least people should at least prefer 5 to 10 minutes of walk. That will be really helpful.
What do you think can be first priority, sleep or a good diet?
See, both is important. Okay, if you are into a good diet and you're not sleeping enough, I don't think that you will be getting the result as per my experience. This good sleep is necessary. It should be minimum 7 to 8 hours. But if you're not sleeping well enough and you're dieting and you're working out as well, you won't be losing a single kg.
Okay, as you were telling earlier that there can be chronic diseases because you're sitting and you're not moving or something like that. Do you think sitting, no activity plus diet, poor diet, has great chances of you having diseases like diabetes or any chronic disease?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it is correct. For sitting and completely having multiple amount of junk food, whether you are even eating healthy, but there is some amount of like 80% of junk food is included and 20% you are healthy, eating healthy, it is not helpful. Okay, your diet should be completely in a balanced form. Okay, 80% healthy eating, 20% junk is still fine. Okay, you can just prefer. And yeah, physical activity is must, the stress management is must, and parallelly sleeping is must.
So, do you think that if you're sitting and working for 8-9 hours continuously and then suddenly you work out for 1 hour, that covers the rest 9 hours?
No, it does not. Okay, working out is quite beneficial comparatively, but no, in every hour, at least 5-10 minutes walk is necessary. Movement is necessary, so it will be completely healthier for your entire lifestyle. You won't be getting any kind of medical disorder. You won't be having any kind of sleep disorder. Okay, the posture problems. So that is completely helpful to at least have a 5 minutes walk in every hour.
And does it affect your metabolism?
It does, yeah. For at least boosting your metabolism, frequent meals are necessary, sleep cycle should be adequate, and yeah, the movement is must.
At least something is better than nothing, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So one more question, Dara. Can you can what you eat today genuinely prevent cancer, diabetes, or dementia, sort of the things?
See, there is not any particular food which helps with a particular thing, but it's completely based on your lifestyle. Your lifestyle completely should be healthy. Okay, it is not something a food will prevent, but yeah, the foods are helping along with a healthier lifestyle.
Celebrity diets and workouts worth following, or should it be personalized to your health?
It should be personalized because everyone has a different form of bodies, we can say. Okay, so what is working for celebrities doesn't mean that that will work in your bodies as well. Okay, so the planning entire diet as per your medical history and as per your schedule, as per your food habits is necessary. It should be completely in a personalized form. And then
Nowadays,
only you
people
get it.
follow a lot of Instagrammers and everybody which is on the social
Yeah,
media.
correct.
So yeah.
It does, but it should be personalized according to your body form.
And your lifestyle, I would say, because they have a different lifestyle. They have to
Correct.
be on camera.
Yeah.
There's a reason they follow that particular diet or exercise. Nowadays, I feel people watch maybe some actor or actress on a video and they're like, oh, they're working out like this, we should try that.
I should also.
But it's about their body.
Correct.
It's not the same way your body. If your body is heavier than them, you shouldn't maybe have that workout.
Correct. Everyone needs a different form of workout and diet as well, according to their body format and medical history.
How dangerous are seeds oil?
Seeds oil, that completely varies which seeds are there. There is all like some of the seeds are really healthy. That includes flax seeds, sesame seeds. Those are all are really much helpful. We can count as a good fat. Okay, but yeah, the filtered the oil which is available in the market, you shouldn't be going for a refined oil. It should be in a filtered form. Okay, so that is like comparatively better.
So can you give an example of one bad seed oil and one good?
Okay, cotton seed oil, which is like completely a bad one, and one good we can count this sarso mustard seed oil, which is like really great for sesame seed oil, which is again really great.
What do you think? Is breakfast really the most important meal of your day?
Yes, I would say breakfast is something really important. Your entire day the entire day energy levels are going to be based on your breakfast. That is which is the first meal you are having in a day. It should be rich in protein again, okay? Because the protein requires a lot of time to digest. If you are completing your protein requirement in the first half of the day, it is really good for your digestion. Okay, if you are completing your protein requirement in a dinner, then you will be suffering with gastric issues.
That's good too. That's actually shocking.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people nowadays do this one meal a day or intermittent fasting.
It's trending a lot.
Yeah, too much. And a lot of them I've heard skip the breakfast because there's a lot of controversy and myths about is it good, is it bad. Also, do you think that heavy breakfast is more beneficial than having a heavy dinner?
Yes, of course. Heavy breakfast. See, generally it's a diet pattern that your breakfast should be heavy, your lunch should be moderate, and your dinner should be lighter. Okay, it is completely in a digestive form. Like after sunset, you have to have completely a lighter meals. Okay, during sunrise, you have to have a completely rich in protein and heavier meals. Okay, so that your day will be energetic. Your will be the nutritional requirement will be fulfilled completely throughout the day. Yeah.
So, as a dietitian, what do you prefer? What should be the last time for you? Like, this is the maximum timing you should have your dinner.
See, that completely varies because in Ahmedabad, I can't say have your dinner before 7 p.m. This is like next to
Not possible for
impossible.
me as well.
Correct, yeah. So that is something next to impossible. But if your people is in rural area, they should at least prefer the dinner before 7 p.m. And in Ahmedabad, it should be before 9 at least.
So, according to your lifestyle, it
Correct, that varies, but yeah, if they are having early dinner before 9 p.m., it will be more helpful.
So, give me an example of one food that gives the biggest returns on your health. Like, it can actually change a lot in your health. One food, fruit, or anything that you should actually have in your plate or on your nutrition.
See, there are a lot of fruits, and
Yeah.
and every food contains a different amount of nutrition. Okay, balancing is very much important. There is not a particular food that will be helpful in you. Like for example, if you are having amla, it is a great fruit we can say. But amla is something which is like very much seasonal. Okay, and again that will be fulfilling the requirement of vitamin C. How about other nutrients? Okay, so for that the combination of all kind of food groups is necessary, be it cereal, pulses, fruits and vegetables, nuts and nuts. So balanced diet is required. That's not a particular food.
So, as you're talking about balanced diet, is there a trick or something easy for people to understand how actually your plate should be balanced?
Yes, completely. Yeah. So the entire plate it should be designed in a proper manner. There should be all kind of macronutrients and micronutrients into your plates. Okay. So initially, if you talk about macronutrients, there should be enough amount of protein, which is like 25%. There should be enough amount of carbohydrate, should be in a complex form, like 25% of carbs. Half your plate should be in a fiber form. There should be 50% of fiber and good fat as well. Slight amount of
Everything has to be
completely
And a lot of
balanced.
calories.
Completely balanced, we can say.
What do you think is actually where healthy aging starts?
Healthy aging starts with early 20s, I can say.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
I thought it would be 50s.
No, it is early 20s. The food you are, whatever having in our 20s
Yeah.
age, okay, it will reflect you on 30s and 40s and 50s.
Okay.
Okay, so you should at least start a healthier aging from 20s itself, healthier food habits and
Yeah.
healthier entire lifestyle. Okay, and yeah, people should focus more on muscles. Okay, after the age of 30s. Okay, there is a great loss of muscles into their bodies.
Right.
So,
Both
adequate-
for men and women, you mean?
good for men.
Right.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So, like adequate amount of protein is required. Okay,
Right.
if you're not going for any kind of supplements, it's okay. You can go for the food sources as well.
Right.
Okay, but the protein requirement should be fulfilled completely, and yeah, the muscle buildup should be preferred.
Okay, that's something new for me also, because I thought healthy aging means okay, after 35, 40, maybe you should think about how
At
your
least if
body
you're
needs to.
having this is completely interesting currently, that if you're having a great muscle mass, you look
Right.
more younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I mean, of
lesser
course,
fat
it
and
has
more smart.
a link, but there's a lot of part in healthy aging where people are all, I think, a lot confused. They feel
Yeah.
healthy aging is like okay, you just need to look younger.
Hmm.
It's not like how
After
your
some age,
body
they will
feels.
start consuming
Yeah,
milk and keeping
Yeah.
good amount of like taking
yeah.
more amount of diet.
So, as recently, if you know, PCOS was named as PMOS now. Again, comes back to your metabolic disorder crisis, which you think can go from 10 years. And I
Correct.
completely agree with that actually. So, there's one thing for PMOS, I feel a lot of people give instructions about, oh, women with PMOS should not eat dairy, should not eat gluten, should avoid this, should avoid sugar. And then girls or women feel that what actually do we eat, because everything is just cut out.
Cut out.
What do you
Correct.
think about that?
Right. It is not something that every kind of food groups are being cut out from their diet. Okay.
Okay.
There are some kind of foods, yeah, which contains gluten and lactose. So generally, wheat flour, which contains gluten. Okay, the barley, which contains gluten. The cow and buffalo milk, which contains lactose. Okay, so those are the things which triggers their hormonal imbalance.
Okay.
Okay. So PCOS is one form of hormonal imbalance, and that's why we ask them to avoid this kind of foods. Okay.
Right.
But with that, other food groups are fine. They can have. There's not a lot of restriction. There's just a slight amount of restriction into their
Right.
diet. But there are multiple form of other healthy alternates as well. So they will be enjoying dieting. It's not something that the entire diet will be in a restrictive form.
So, can you give us an example of a healthier alternative of, for example, lactose for PMOS women?
Correct. Yeah, that is like coconut milk. They can have. They can have oat milk. They can have soya milk. They can have almond milk instead.
Okay.
And currently, there are lactose-free milks are also available in the
Yeah.
market, so they can prefer that as well.
Great. Okay, now this comes back to aging, healthy aging. So, when you have these kind of hormonal imbalance and all, does it affect your healthy aging body, and is it reversible, or you can work on it? What do you think?
Yes, people can work on it with a healthier
Yeah.
lifestyle completely. Okay, healthier diet and lifestyle is both. See, for PCOS, the only treatment is lifestyle change and the healthier eating. Okay,
Okay.
there is no medicine which is like available for themselves, which will give them a complete cure. Okay, that is irreversible, that is manageable, but with the diet and lifestyle itself.
So, with this whole conversation of lactose and everything, one question just came to my head. Nowadays, there's a lot of conversation online going about how natural food is not as pure as how it used to be, of course. And it can also affect your health a lot and how you age, etc. So, how do you actually fight against that? Like, there are grains which have pesticides, not as pure, etc., etc. What is your way to actually give it a dietitian point of view?
See, we can't see. There are organic foods available, but they are way too expensive, and
Yeah.
everyone can't afford that. Okay, so there are foods which contains pesticides, but my focus is mainly into the food sources more, other than the supplements. Okay,
Right.
if your body is required, like for example, you are having a B12 deficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, you are a non-vegetarian as well. I'll be providing you the food sources for that. But if your body is like there is a higher deficiency, the ranges is in between 200 to 900. If
Right.
your B12 levels are completely into 150, I'll be providing a number of food sources, but that won't be fulfilling the nutritional requirement for B12. Okay,
Okay.
so I have to provide supplements for that. Okay, so
Right.
firstly, initially there should be a food sources. Okay, you should be focusing on the food sources, but later if it is not completely fulfilling your requirement, you should be focusing on your supplements as well, with the guidance of an health experts.
Exactly. That's, I think, something very important.
Yeah.
People, I think, nowadays take supplements because, oh, I saw an ad. Let's just add this supplement.
Yeah, and that is creating kind of a side effects into your body.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, for the energy level, you should at least have a B12. What if your B12 are completely in an optimum range? See, nutritional ranges are something. It should be not in a lower side also. It shouldn't be in a higher side also.
Yeah.
It should be in a normal
Balance.
range. Yeah,
Because
completely.
I believe people are worried when it's low, but they're not worried when it becomes high.
Hi.
You're taking 5 supplements for it. You don't know how it actually works. And then you're like, oh, now I have higher B12, but that's fine. No, maybe
But
it's
there
not.
is form of side effects. If the
Yeah,
nutritional
exactly.
requirement being fulfilled, yeah, it is having a higher side. That will be some
Yeah.
kind of symptoms will be visible in your body.
And how do you know that you're feeling low? That's only a sign that vitamin B12 is low. You should actually go to a doctor or some dietitian and they'll run a test on it. I feel
Correct.
people just assume it because, oh, I saw this ad. This is very relatable.
Mm.
I think I have this deficiency.
Even being professional, we are completely sure about any kind of nutritional deficiency. Still, we go for a checkup. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, you are just telling me that I'm completely feeling less energetic, my memory power are low. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure that there is 110% chances of you with a B12 deficiency. But still,
Hmm.
I'll ask you to go for a report for a confirmation, and then we'll be prescribing you the supplements.
So, can we just link all of this into one place? That comes back to healthy aging. Taking these random supplementations, not sleeping well, stress, everything together, it definitely and definitely will affect your body in aging, or will it be like, okay, we can reverse it after 30, you know, that mindset?
No, that
So
is not
it does
possible.
affect since your 20s.
No, it does affect a lot. Okay, that is like it does. This is something. However early you are aware, okay, early you can start. Okay, it's
Yeah.
all about the awareness. But if you have a knowledge about the healthier lifestyle, you should be focusing on that. Okay, because yeah, aging is not. This is not something which will give you any kind of miracles. This is a time-consuming process because we are doing it completely with the foods.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is a time-consuming process, but you will be getting results very soon. But if you are starting in your early 20s, so the duration will be shorter.
Okay, that's so prevention is actually better than cure. That
Correct, we can
sentence
say
needs
so.
to come out
Mm.
more.
We have to inculcate that in our day-to-day life.
Yeah, I think people have forgotten that a bit. They're like,
Correct.
oh, okay,
Due,
we'll
due
see.
to work stress and everything, it doesn't happen sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's funny how actually you're working, you're fine, then it's okay. But when you're not fine, your body's sick, you see nothing but your body.
Yeah.
That should be also your focus every day, not just when
A
you're
day,
when
yeah.
you're sick. If I have dengue, suddenly I will not see anything. I will just be with
Thinking of
myself. Well, you need to take care. It's something you
But
will
yeah,
be
that
with.
is not something temporary. You should be focusing on your body. That should
Yeah.
be completely a permanent process.
It's a everyday task.
Correct.
It's a first task. You live in this body your whole life. It has to be according to how you want to.
Yeah, but for that, even the stress is not responsible. Like I have seen multiple clients who are just focusing on their healthy lifestyle. Okay, entire day they are being stressed up that I have to focus on my lunch. I have to drink this many waters. Yeah, I have to complete my 10K steps. You should be enjoying your life while being on a healthier lifestyle. Okay,
Yeah.
this is not something a stressful situation. It is completely an enjoyable process.
I think a lot of that stress.
I take a lot of stress in maintaining the healthy lifestyle or thinking about that only the whole day.
No, it is something you will start. Okay, initially the days are going to be difficult. Within 1 or 2 weeks, your entire lifestyle is going to be completely.
Yeah,
set
it
up.
becomes a habit. And I think a lot of pressure is on for you. Oh, now this person is doing this, it's working, so let me try this. So you
Yeah.
just start skipping on what you should be consistent on.
Correct.
Instead of you start looking for, oh, let me try this also, this also, this also.
Correct.
And you just get into that cycle.
So once you will be focusing on your healthier journey, okay, that is nothing can stop you. Your mindset should be very much clear. Your willpower should be there with you.
Yeah.
Okay, that nothing can stop you. You will be achieving the target very much sooner, and you'll be healthy. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk something more about today's time, technology, AI. So, do you think people nowadays, I think, believe that you can put your lifestyle into an AI and it will give you a better nutrition plan than what a doctor or a dietitian or a nutritionist can give you? So, what do you think about that?
Well, AI is a fantastic tool. It generates a lot of great ideas. So yeah, it is something that is helpful, but it can't replace a dietitian because the reason behind that is the emotional eating the people are having
Yeah.
with the food. Okay, the cultural, the regional reasons, the food habits, the medical disorder, which a dietitian will understand. The AI won't. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, people can combine both. They can just get the expertise from the human and the AI both.
That's great. I think, for example, women nowadays have PCOS a lot.
Yeah.
And that is one where it will link it also. You have so many food cravings in that particular disease that if you start just talking to AI, it will not understand how you should actually feel. I think it can only give you the guidance basis on the literature or the guidance it has been put
It is,
into.
and parallelly, AI is there to make you happy.
Yeah.
have you done
I like that.
conversations ever yet
It
before?
will make you safe, and it will justify your feelings and everything.
Exactly. So if a person is asking that I am craving for sweet, they will be preferring, yeah, you
Yeah,
can
you
have a,
just have it.
yeah, you can have it in an healthier form. Okay, you have a jaggery or dates instead of sugar at night. And if you are asking a dietitian, they will be denying completely. You can't have
Agreed,
sweets.
Even I do it
100%.
sometimes. Like I do take expertise advice and I just check it on AI and I just go with
Yeah,
it.
because our work is to make people happy, okay, with the diet itself, but results are more prior.
Yeah, and from results, as we're talking, I think people want very fast results when it comes to
Yeah.
weight loss.
It is.
They're like, I want to lose 5 kgs in 2 weeks.
Hmm.
But is that even healthy?
See, that completely depends, okay? But a sustainable approach and a holistic approach should be there, okay? And whatever cages you're dropping down shouldn't be bounced back into your body, okay?
Yeah.
So if you're going for a crash diet or a fat diet, something, okay, you will be getting an instant result, but they won't last. Okay, and if you
Yeah.
want a sustainable result, okay, it is a time-consuming process. Just like in generally, I target 3 to 4 kgs within a month. Okay, but that is a sustainable weight loss that people are not going to get that bounce back. Okay, so that is something approaches we prefer.
So let's go back to the sitting is the next smoking part. It's very interesting, I feel. So I want to know, is there one habit that the first habit people can include any age group in their daily life to actually avoid the effect on your body from just sitting all day? One habit that can change it a bit slowly.
Okay, so that is something. See, everyday lifestyle is something different. People are having different form of schedule. They have to prefer where they are interested in. Okay, there is not a particular activity that I'll be prescribing everyone that you should at least go for a gym workout. You should go at least for a Pilates or Zumba or something. It is completely based on their interest because we have to make it as a lifestyle. This is not something which are focusing
Yeah.
on. Yeah, we are preferring for a temporary zone. Yeah, so for build upping a lifestyle, their interest should be there. For
Right.
example, if you love dancing or if I love dancing, I should prefer dancing for my physical activity.
Right.
Okay, if I'm loving a gym, okay, that should be a lifestyle. I should work out entire for my life. That is not a short term duration.
And it's more of also like not every exercise or every activity works for everybody.
Correct. Yeah, that is
Right.
also one thing.
So that's one thing. I think it's a myth also that everybody should go to gym.
Hmm.
Maybe your body actually wouldn't want to lose the weight or get the strength in the gym. It can work on your other ways, your interest, as you're saying.
Correct. For that, that's a really great question, and I would really love to answer on that case. See, people are preferring gym for losing their weight, okay, and building their muscles, but for a temporary zone. Like I want to lose in 22 kgs of weight,
Yeah.
and they are just visiting the gym. Once they lost the 22 kgs of
They'll
that,
stop
the maintenance, yeah, they will stop it. The
Yeah.
maintenance phase is not there. And if you are going for any kind of workout which is connected with your muscles, there should be a lifestyle. This is not a
Yeah.
temporary thing that you can prefer. Okay, so if you are going for a gym, you are losing your 22 kgs, again, the maintenance phase should be there.
Okay. Now let's talk about the myths we were discussing earlier. So, what do you think is one biggest myth about nutrition on social media or in general people have today?
That dieting is difficult. Okay, dieting
What do
is
you
something.
Even I feel the same.
Yeah, dieting is difficult. Dieting is not something that it should be in strict manner. Okay,
Okay.
see, consistency matters a lot. Okay, when
Yeah.
it comes to your health, this is not something you should prefer temporary. Okay, it should be a lifestyle. Okay,
Right.
building, having that healthy habits, healthy food every day, working out every day, having a great sleep cycle every day. So that should be a consistency in your lifestyle. That shouldn't be something temporary.
Okay, last question for today. So, 10 years from now,
Hmm.
what do you feel would be the biggest health crisis that people are not able to see right now but will actually happen?
Metabolic disease we can cover.
Hmm.
Okay, metabolic disease is something which is currently diagnosing a lot. Okay, in today's era, that is something which is diagnosing silently in your body with your everyday today's lifestyle because the sleep people are not sleeping well enough. Okay, people are completely combining the healthy and junk food as well. Okay, there is a lot of stress levels into everyone's body. So this thing is affecting their health a lot. And because of that, silently the metabolic diseases are going to grow, like the heart attacks. You can say the early age heart attacks are there.
Yeah.
The pre-diabetes people are being diagnosed currently.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fatty
that's because
liver
yeah,
as
the fatty liver.
It's
as
very
well.
common
Yeah,
actually.
so those things are being diagnosed recently in a younger generation, which is not good. So yeah, metabolic disorders we can cover.
So, just to make it more clear for the viewers, metabolic disorders can also link to other diseases in your body. It doesn't just mean a gut issue, right? It means you can have issues in your heart also because of that. It
Correct.
means you can have issues in your liver clearly because of that.
Sure, there can be chronic inflammation into your body. There
Right.
can be a cardiovascular disease. There can be a this diabetes, cholesterol, hypertension, thyroid. This all are the metabolic diseases that people are diagnosed in the day-to-day life. This is not being developed in an overnight.
Okay, great. Great to talk to you.
Uh,